Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday, the 12th of December. And my word, how 2022 is gone. It has gone like the. And here's Mark. Good morning, welcome to the second last week of Out and About for the year.
Thanks, Barry. Welcome, viewers. And the good news, it's only the second last, not the last. So there's more to look forward to. But you're right, Barry. Time has flown. And here we are, mid-December, and Christmas literally around the corner, and then another New Year.
And then we've only got a month of Out and About to go in the new year, and then that's basically it. Here's Mark to open episode 64 with this.
Well, it is the double-edged sword of good news, bad news. So the bad news, you're leaving. The good news, you're leaving. So, it's one of those situations where the best thing is that you get to move back to New South Wales and we lose you.
But it doesn't mean that you can't stay in touch, Mark.
Very true, Baz, very true. We'll have all the technology up our sleeve.
So we'd like to go over again how Out and About started. Or again, like we've been saying, okay, Out and About started on Monday, the 30th of May of this year. We started our adventure on the Story Bridge. Here's Mark to recap that.
Yes, it was a nervous day, the first day. So we had lots of stuff to learn, and we had a lot of challenges on that first day. As it panned out, we ended up getting onto the Story Bridge, making our crossing, and that went well, apart from a little bit of rain in the middle of it. But apart from a little bit of rain, the whole day went fairly well, but it was certainly a big day of learning.
So we won't go into detail about all that happened because we've already gone over that. But Mark and I would like to tell you how much we've enjoyed bringing the show to you. And here's Mark to recap my good news from last week and how I got the date.
Yes, we've been talking about this, the first program really, which is Barry moving back to New South Wales. And last week, finally, after what has obviously been 6 months of talking, a date was put forward, and that really only came about because in the absence of any concrete information for you, Barry, you took it upon yourself to nominate a date, which then spurred everyone into action. So once you nominated a date, they came back with a range they thought they could work with and work towards, and at least you've now got your solid time frame.
So we won't keep this intro very long because we've already covered a lot of things. So we don't want to repeat ourselves. But one thing, viewers, we would like to touch on is please be civil on the phone and don't be rude. Here's Mark now.
yes, we've talked about this on many occasions, and as we've said on many occasions, it isn't just about the phone. It's all your communication, whether it's in person, on the phone, leaving a message, email, anything where you're trying to communicate. Just keep it civil and keep it to the facts if it's come to that. And hopefully keep it civil and keep level-headed, then you'll end up achieving the outcome that you started out trying to get.
But if you are rude and uncivil, guys, like we've said, if any projects that people were trying to organize for you will be stopped. And so will the phone calls. Here's Mark.
Yes, it is one of the downsides of frustration, is that anger often makes us lash out, and it is not productive at all. So much better to be able to keep it cool and keep the person that you need to do organising for you on your side.
So like we said, this is episode 63 today.
Yep.
So we won't keep this intro long, okay, because we've covered everything. Okay, so we're gonna take a break and we'll come back to you and we'll decide where we're bringing today's show up next. So stay with us.
See you soon.
See you soon, guys. Good morning again. Mark and I would like to clarify with you now how important it is to double check the times of appointments. And here he is to tell you about it. Good morning again and welcome back to episode 63 now.
Thanks, Barry. Well, particularly at this time of year, appointment times get very confusing because there are so many different time frames within Australia. And just by way of example, Barry has appointments that are tele-focused and in New South Wales. And obviously it's very important for him to be able to understand what time he's actually meant to be running up for this conference. So we've just gone through the process of ensuring that we know exactly when his appointments are. And as luck would have it, when we checked, the only issue was they'd failed to let Barry know when the appointments were. So everyone else knew except for him. So, these are the sorts of things that happen when stuff is being organised, and it was only the fact that he followed up and checked because the information he had wasn't clear that he's now got the correct information, which I dare say he was never going to get if he hadn't followed up.
So if you've got appointments, guys, always check up. Otherwise, you know what will happen. So please check your times of appointments. Okay, because this is very important here.
I can just sort of finish off the example. It's now the beginning of December. The appointment we're talking about is at the beginning of January, so it's a month away. And then if Barry doesn't attend, it'll probably take another month to get a time organised. So this is how things just get delayed unwittingly. But he knew he had something coming up, followed up on it, and found out the details, even though somehow he managed to get left off the notification trail for the meeting about him. So always good practice to follow up and check.
So guys, if you know you've got something on, please commit to it. Here's Mark.
Well, that goes without saying that once you've clarified when the time is, that you absolutely make sure that you're there for it. And I have to admit, there's the one thing that drives me insane with dealing with other people is their lack of respect for your time. When it says 10 o'clock and you're there at 10 o'clock and they can't be bothered being there on time at 10 o'clock, it sends all sorts of messages. So, you know, if you're going to be engaged and try and have some control over all these things, make sure that at least you're on time for them.
Because otherwise, guys, you will be back at square one and everything will be stopped. Here's Mark.
Well, hopefully it doesn't all come to a stop, but it certainly creates massive delays and massive disappointment. And massive disappointment usually leads to some kind of, I don't know, anxiety or
wanting to go down and deal with the person.
anger, yes. So, you know, it's not great for communication if things aren't sorted out properly.
So we're going to end this segment now and make another phone call to Maria, and then we will plan what we're going to do for the rest of today. So, as I've said, this is the second last week of Out and About. Okay, so we hope that you've enjoyed the show, and we will talk about that later. So we'll take another break and then come back to you with what we're going to do.
See you soon.
See you soon. While we are waiting for Bruce to come, we thought we might continue our morning session with the show in the studio. Good morning yet again, or once more. It is coming to the end of our Out and About series, like we said. Very sad for the Queensland viewers. And here's Mark to tell you about it. Hello, Mark, and welcome back to episode 63 now.
Thanks, Barry. Good to be back. And even though there's not going to be that many shows before we finish Out and About, there's still a bit of time up our sleeve. So, you know, we'll be going until February, which is
not too far off now.
Not too far off now. And yes, it'll be almost 2 months that we've got left. So there are a few shows to come. But as Barry said, we will be coming to a close for Out and About in Queensland. And you know, not bad after starting at the end of May and then tripping along now and through the travails of COVID and all of the isolations that we've done between us. We've had quite a few setbacks along the way, but all in all, it's been a great series and a great pleasure to do.
So it is important, guys, to really be honest with people, okay? Because, like, we've spoken about phone manners before, okay? And this is my phone again, okay? So if you're on the phone, we'll just go quickly over the phone manners, guys, because there is really no need, guys, to act the fool on the phone if you don't like what's happening or what's being said, guys. Mark and I don't need to repeat ourselves because we've given you all the tools that for you to work with, and here's Mark to tell you.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, very important to keep all of your communication civil, and quite often that just means a bit of pre-thought before picking up the phone sometimes, and checking on details that you think you might need for a particular phone call, rather than make the phone call and then have to struggle to find the information that you need for the phone call to carry on. And it works in reverse as well. If there are things that you're discussing over the phone that you don't understand, then you have to make sure that the person on the other end knows that you don't understand what you've just been talking about, and to try and explain it in a different way so that you can understand things. But very important that people are honest about their communication. So if you don't understand something, say, I don't understand what you've just said, rather than let people believe that you did know what was going on when you don't understand. So much better to just fess up and say, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you've been talking about. And if you continue to not understand, don't blame yourself. It clearly has not been explained well to you. So keep asking until you do understand and can actually make a proper informed decision about whether that's what you want to do or not. So it's just a matter of staying calm when you're saying to people, I'm sorry, I don't understand, could you explain it to me again? Or could you explain it to me differently? Or could you use different language? Or use different words to say the same thing? Anything you can to try and make sure you do understand what's going on.
And we've covered phone manners so many times on the program. But for those of you that haven't, that have just tuned in to the show and haven't seen it, what should we say? For those of you, for those of you that haven't watched the show yet, well, now is the time for you to start tuning in, excuse me. Now is the time to tune in, because you need to realize, guys, that if you're uncivil on the phone, well, that's it. The conversation will stop, the phone call will stop, and you will be potentially be punished for that. Because like Mark and I said last week at Chermside, where we're going to today, there is no need for you to act the fool, because any projects that were organised for you, they too will be stopped. Here's Mark.
We keep coming back to the same thing, which is being polite, being civil, being understood. I really can't add to it other than to say, how you react is your choice, and you can choose to be calm and ask for more explanation, or you can choose to fly off the handle.
But like we say, whatever projects people were working on for you, they will cease, and you may have to stay at the house that you are living in now. Now, if I was rude to someone on the phone, well, I wouldn't get anywhere. I can be annoyed about what happened, but if I want to take action and fly down and deal with the person, well, that is totally my choice. But again, I had to be civil about it. So we're going to close the morning session now, and we'll see you at Chermside to tell you what's coming up on the rest of today's show. And we've got a Christmas special coming up for you too. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Is the Christmas special tomorrow? Or is it, because I don't know about the Christmas special.
The Christmas special is where we're going to make white Christmas.
That I do know about. So tomorrow's episode,
64,
White Christmas time.
And then the following Tuesday we will be out and about because I'm going to do something back. So we'll take you live out of the studio. So we will see you very shortly, guys.
See you soon.
The continuation of episode 63 now. Barry here with you on Mark English. Thank you for joining us on the second last week about Newcastle. Well, here we are now at Chermside again, because it's really too hot to do any outside filming and it is summer. Well, as you've been hearing for the last couple of weeks, the program that you are watching will draw to a close. And now, here's Mark English. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barry. Welcome back, viewers. Well, second last show for a while. Well, that's not true. We've got two next week, haven't we?
We have.
Yep, so third last show for a little while. Anyway, yes, nice and steamy. Summer's finally arrived, so I'm quite happy that it's too hot to be filming outside. Not because we can't film, but because I hate the cold.
So we want to go over how the show began because we covered that. But Mark and I still haven't got plenty of here he is.
It's been fantastic fun and really good to watch Barry work his magic with doing all the videoing and editing and setting up his YouTube and exporting it all, and it's all technology beyond my Stone. So it's been really good learning for me, and it's been great fun doing the show with you, Baz. So I'm very disappointed that that's going to stop.
So we won't go over the phone any further because we've given you all the tips about that. Okay. The one thing we will touch on, guys, is we're going on the phone. Okay. Don't be rude to anybody because, as we say, the call will be terminated. The same in your meeting, guys. So please, you know, we don't want to have to say this, but respect is the key, guys. So we won't repeat ourselves by saying that. So let's move on to another subject. Well, it's coming to the end of the year and everybody is winding down to Christmas. Christmas is a time of happiness, merriness and joy. Here's Martin.
It's certainly a very happy time of year. We're well into school holidays now, and you can tell being at Chermside Shopping Centre that it's school holidays. Much noisier at this hour of the day than usual, and the food court is, well, circus. Anyway, it's not surprising that things are a little bit, I suppose, excited here. Seems to have been a long time since we've had both the capacity to go out and a reason to go out at the same time for the last few years. So I imagine this is going to be a big Christmas holiday.
So rules about Christmas shopping. Okay. Friday we're still doing going to buy presents for and how many people and how much you need to budget. So don't blame the budget. And if you're posting something, make sure you've got the right size bag or box. Make sure you've got the right address. Here's Martin.
Certainly, if you're going to be sending gifts to people in the mail, you do want to have the right address. We don't need to tell you that. I can't really think of much else other than, as Barry said, you know, if you want to be organised, make a list, set a budget, do all that. I don't do any of that, but I don't always get gifts either, so.
But if you can't afford to buy presents, get a gift card. Simple as that. Here's Mark.
Well, entirely up to you what you spend your money on, everyone. So, if you're into that, fantastic. But, you know, it's personal choice.
So, Christmas is also a time where families get together and have the traditional ham or turkey and Christmas parties and all that. Here's Mark.
It is a busy time of year usually. Very heavy social calendar and lots of catching up with friends and family. So I suppose the only real thing is, you know, don't go too hard.
And why not make up some white Christmas as well? We're going to do that. tomorrow here in the studio.
I'm looking forward to that because I can't remember the last time I had White Christmas, but I suspect I was school age, which was, a couple of years ago.
So, going back to 2021, I'm celebrating my last Christmas last year in Sydney. And then, if I can try and get to my brother after Christmas, well, we'll see how I go with that. So, like I said, Christmas is a time of merriness and happiness. And another thing we'd like to go back over, I think, driving away, please, be really careful on the roadside. But if you don't want to drive, you can catch the train or fly. Here's Mark.
Yeah, if you are going to drive, try and make all the preparations that you can to be safe. So, good night's sleep, don't drive tired, make sure your car's being serviced and your tyres are pumped up to the correct pressures, and then you've got enough coolant in the radiator, etc. So, it's all stock standard stuff, but we tend to have more inexperienced people going on longer trips at Christmas.
So please guys, like we say, stop providing the right. You only have the one right. So get to your loved ones safely this Christmas. We know it's very difficult. Okay. We know you want to get to your loved ones safely over Christmas, but guys, do take on board what Mark and I have said to you, because the only thing way to arrive alive at your loved ones this Christmas is, don't rush. Stop reviving today. That's all there is to it. Here's Mark.
Yep, well, you've summed it up, Barry. That's all there is to it. Do the proper preparation and don't drive tired. So take the opportunity to stop and revive.
So that's all you can do, because drinking and driving while tired, guys, it doesn't mix. Here's Mark.
I think Barry meant drinking and driving doesn't mix. Doesn't matter whether you're as bright as a button, drinking and driving, not on. Tired, not on. Separate issue. So, if you're tired and then drinking and driving, well, we're probably wasting our time talking to you.
Well, if you know that you're doing the wrong thing, we don't need to talk to you about all this. We've covered it all. Okay, so know what to do, guys. It's as simple as that. So come on, guys, there is no need to be thrown on the road, because like we say, you only have the one life. So for your sake and Mark's sake and my sake, have a good Christmas and a good New Year. Now normally we would do a 20-minute show, but today we're not going to. So our closing sequence today is thank you for being with us over the last since May. We've really enjoyed your company, and we hope that you enjoy now. Here's Mark.
It's been a great time, and as Barry said, we hope you've enjoyed it. We've certainly enjoyed it. So stay tuned. We're going to keep it coming for as long as we can. And if you don't see us again before Christmas, have a great Christmas and be safe.
So we will, however, be back on the studio tomorrow to make our first Christmas. So we are off now with the good folk. So from us now at Turnside, you have a great afternoon, and we will see you back at Bray Park in Rapid Fire. Here's Mark to say goodbye now, but before we do so, don't forget, guys, to donate to Care Project to Fly Club, because every little bit helps. So good food in your pockets, buy one of their berries, guys, and you could be helping to save a life. Here's Mark now to take us out with that message.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, great time for giving Christmas. So take the opportunity to think about those people that are providing services that are essential for emergency situations, and provide a donation to, is it Careflight or Lifelight?
Lifelight,
There you go.
Careflight.
Lifelight, through RACQ, and hopefully you never need their service.
Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this is the end of the story for Bray Park. Well, sadly, the Queensland View, it is coming to that stage. Here's Mark.
Yes, we will be coming to an end soon, but not today, not tomorrow, not even next week. So, in the meantime, look forward to more episodes for Christmas, before Christmas, and after Christmas. And we'll keep them coming.
And my last day in Queensland will be on February 4th, so that's a Sunday. So my last album out with you guys, to pause that, so I can find out the actual date. Just a moment. And my last album out program with you guys will be on the 7th of February. And the last Monday rap will be on the 6th of February. So we look forward to farewelling you on those two shows. But for now, let's go and see what they've got at the food court, and then we'll go do a bit of shopping. Excuse me. And we'll go and get things ready for the White Christmas. And we look forward to your company on tomorrow's show. And until then, it's bye-bye from Turnside.
Bye for now.